Hey everybody, I'm Rob Freeman and welcome back to Insuring the Built Environment. This week we're going to take a step back and look at the big picture in risk management. And what I mean by that is we're going to look at a concept called the total cost of risk. And what people usually do when they think about risk management is their mind goes straight to an insurance policy. So I have to get an insurance policy either because of a contractual requirement or in the process of building my company, I am worried about having some sort of claim that I wasn't expecting, and so I need to get an insurance policy for that. But what they're missing is 5 other areas that make up the total cost of risk in addition to your insurance policy. We're going to walk through those 5 things. Okay, so the first is what they call deductible or a self-insured retention. And a deductible or self-insured retention is basically you are retaining certain amount of risk in dollar terms in the event of a claim. And so if you have a higher deductible because you want to have a reduced premium, if you have a high frequency of claims, you can very quickly eat away any savings associated with your insurance policy by having that higher deductible. So that's part of the total cost of risk. Number 2 is uninsured losses. So you may buy an insurance policy and then you say, well, the cost of the premium is too high, or maybe you're buying just an off-the-shelf insurance policy that just seems very cheap. Maybe you spoke to an insurance broker who says, yeah, I can get that for you for cheap, that you don't need to pay that much. In the event of a claim, you may not have the coverage that you expect. Typically, an insurance company will charge less for an insurance policy when the coverage is less. So they know that if they have a claim associated with a high frequency or severity issue that your business has exposure to, they won't be on the hook for that because there's an exclusion in your insurance policy or multiple exclusions. And so uninsured losses, say you have a claim and you find out that you don't have coverage for it, that's something that you're going to have to incur either legal costs or damages or whatever it is as a result of that claim. So that's the second thing. The third is loss control and safety. Now these are things, especially in the area of renewable energy and energy storage, and even things like capturing stranded energy for things like cryptocurrency mining or Bitcoin mining, which is kind of a growing area now. These are areas where loss control and safety are really important. So in energy storage, a big problem with energy storage is thermal runaway, or that's what insurance companies believe is an issue with energy storage systems. And so thermal runaway with energy storage systems means that it's important for you to have some sort of fire suppression systems, maybe have the hire professionals that are doing the engineering work behind you building out these systems. Maybe it's making sure the area is secure, having cameras, sprinkler systems, fences, locks, all sorts of safety checklists, training for your employees. These are all loss control and safety issues that reduce the chances that you're going to have claims that are high frequency or high severity. And so that's number 3. Number 4 is professional and administrative costs associated with claims that you're not covered for. And so that's a very important thing to consider. So say you are in the process of working on a big deal. Now you're going to have to hire an attorney to draft a contract that has the proper risk transfer mechanisms and indemnification, hold harmless, and other types of language in your contract. That's going to come from an attorney who understands how to draft that type of language. Now, what if you have a claim that you're not covered for? You're going to have to hire a lawyer. What if you have to deal with a claim that requires you producing lots of documentation? Say you have a notice from a governmental agency or a federal agency saying that you did something wrong, and they want to collect certain documents from you to make sure that you're in compliance with whatever you're doing. You're going to have to take administrative time away from whatever those people were doing to produce that documentation. Those are all costs that you're going to have to incur. You're going to have to hire a lawyer for that. all sorts of things like that that can add to that cost. So that's number 4. And number 5 is the opportunity costs or productivity impact of claims that you apparently you weren't prepared for or you weren't covered for. So opportunity costs, meaning that anytime you have a claim that comes into your business that you're not covered for, where you can't look to the insurance company to address it or to manage the claim, you have to redirect resources from internally to help to deal with that situation. And then you maybe lose an opportunity to take those resources and redirect them to a more productive, value-added process within your company, focused on adding more to the bottom line, more profit, more revenue. And then another thing would be, say if you have a claim that comes in from the outside that you weren't expecting or you weren't covered for, and was even a result of poor management within the company, poor loss control investment, and it causes maybe reputational damage or internal frustration with employees who seek to work somewhere else. So you're going to lose productivity there, or maybe you'll experience more turnover as a result of reputational damage or things like that from having to deal with something that you weren't prepared for. So that's number 5. So again, just to recap, the total cost of risk is broken down into these areas, which include your insurance premium. That would be that first thing, but then again, there are 5 additional things that should be included in the total cost of risk. And so those additional 5 things in addition to your insurance would be your deductible, the uninsured losses that you have in the event of a claim, your loss control investments, so and things making sure your business is safer, the professional and administrative fees that you have to incur to deal with a claim, and then your opportunity and productivity related to managing those claims. So anyway, that's it. I'll link to more information below this video. If you have questions about the total cost of risk, please feel free to schedule an appointment with me at the link below. And thanks again, and hope this is helpful, and have a great day.